What's going on, guys? I have a success video to share with you. A student messaged me yesterday and said, hey man, I've been following your videos and applied your letting go techniques, read the Sedona method, read Letting Go by David Hawkins. And he was like, look, I realized how attached I was. I'm not going to read the story to you. I don't want to waste your time. But he developed a hard attachment to this particular woman. He was so focused on her and focused on what her needs and what she wanted. She said, look, I need some space. I need some time. I need to back off. And look, guys, I understand 99% of the time, I'm going to assume that she's with another guy as well. But sometimes you have to understand that people do feel overwhelmed by when you are too much. See, a lot of guys don't understand this because guys are doing it to girls a lot. But when you are being bombarded by messages, hey, what are you doing at all hours of the day? You know, somebody's going to be like, look, man, like you need to have some different priorities other than me. We don't want to feel like that person's only thing, right? So the most important thing for you guys to do is to understand attachments and when they come. Don't form attachments to people. Form attachments to your growth. Probably the biggest mindset shift I ever made in my life was attaching myself to growth. Attachment alone, the definition, the word, is still creating suffering because if you're not growing, you're not really being present, right? But I think that's a good place for you to start because then you're not focused on her growth, her bills, her kids, right? You're focused on you and making yourself strong, able, smarter, better, faster, more energy. See, a lot of guys get into relationships and they're like, hey, like, I need to make my life all about you. So this guy, he pulled away and said, okay, I'm going to give you your space. That's the first step because she's going to be overwhelmed from all the attachment that you're giving her. She's going to be tired of you and all the energy you're bringing and the kind of energy you're bringing. See, women want to seek men who are strong energy, strong-willed guys who can get things done and do things. That means if your energy is attached to hers, or attached to what she's doing, that means you can't, by default, you can't be working on yourself as much as you could be. And they know that. So this particular guy did that. He pulled away, he pulled back and said, okay, I'm going to give you your space. Let me know if you change your mind. It's as simple as that. And the confusion comes in when guys are faced with the idea that they might lose the person. But just because they said, hey, let me know when you change your mind, what you're doing and subcommunicating to that person is, hey, I'm going to be focusing on my own energy. Again, you're not communicating this directly. You're sub-communicating it. But you're saying, I'm going to focus on my own energy. I'm going to focus on me because I'm not focusing on you anymore. And she won't be used to that. And a lot of girls actually, because some of them are weird, will message you during this period. So when they message you, you have to stick to your guns and say the same thing. I'm working on myself. Do you want to get back together? This is the kind, like, you don't want to jump back into that right away. That's a mistake. Don't listen to that part. You want to be reinforcing the same thing you've been saying. So in the beginning, if you say to her, hey, the only way that I'm going to be speaking to you is if we're working on things. Slowly, albeit, but we're working on things. Okay? Then you can say, is this you trying to communicate that you want to get back together? So whatever it is that you have said in the beginning, you want to reinforce that. You want to re-communicate that to her. And she's going to go, well, I want to be friends first. You say, that's not good for me. We're not friends. We're never going to be friends. That's usually what women try to do because they want to keep you in that orbiter position. They want to keep you, around because truthfully, she's always going to be seeking the strongest guy. She's always going to, it's called hypergamy, right? She's always going to be seeking the strongest man. And if she doesn't look at you that way, see, sometimes when women meet you and they see your attitude and your behavior, they're impressed by you. So it takes them a while to actually learn that you aren't as strong as you said you were or appeared to be. They're sitting beside you one day watching Netflix and she's like, why the fuck am I with this guy? What am I doing with him? Right? Or you're gaming one day, she walks by and you've just been, all you do is game. All you do is the same shit. And she's like, I don't see, what is this guy, what is he doing? And that's what ends up hitting her. And it's a consistent thing. You don't even know what's happening. A lot of guys will say, oh man, I wish women would be more open about how they feel. Bro, if you are on top of your shit as a guy and you're crushing it as a dude and you're focused on you and your growth, you don't have to be worried about those things. If she bounces, there's another one. And that's the other thing, abundance. See, attachment is usually, it comes from a place of lack, right? When you get attached to someone, you're lacking something because you're so badly don't want to lose what you have, so you attach yourself to it, right? But you have a closed fist. So you can't love someone if you're attached to them, and they can't love you like this. It has to be open, okay? That's what letting go is all about. When you let go and you let the world come at you and you respond to the world without a dumb emotion, just responding to what happens. Girl meets you, you're like, hey, what's up? Let's go on a date. You're going to be the most authentic version of you. That's what happens at the beginning of most relationships. Most people will meet each other and they're like, you know, sometimes they're coming out of a relationship or whatever, but they're open to the idea of meeting you. A lot of people shouldn't. A lot of people should take the time to heal. But a lot of people have unnecessary attachments, and they're actually using relationships as a distraction from the growth and the healing that they need to do for themselves. So this particular guy did all of that. He did all of that work. Guess who calls? Right? Hey, you know, I think it was only like a 3-week gap. That's how often he was bombarding her with messages and how much he was up her ass. And she's like, hey, look, like, what are you up to? It wasn't like that directly, but he used that as indirect, direct shit that they do. He used that as an opportunity to set a date with her. She'll put herself in your orbit, and it's up to you to, again, reinforce what you have. So when a woman ever, look guys, if a woman ever breaks up with you, just say this: I don't want to break up, but I'm not going to sit here either and be begging for you. So if you change your mind, let me know. Say it how you would say it. Don't beg, don't plead, don't be a bitch. And then what'll end up happening is she'll say, okay, cool. And she'll go and do her thing, right? And of course, if she dates somebody else, don't take her back. If she fucks somebody else, don't take her back. You can probably, it's safe to assume that that's what she's doing. However, it's up to you, what you do with your choices and your decisions in life. So if you want her to come back around and you want it to be a lot more respectful, and she sees you as a good option, you have to stick to your self-respect first, which is, I'm not going to wait for you. Any man who waits for a woman, she looks at you and she's going, you don't respect yourself. Once she comes back around, you use that opportunity to set a date. And when you set a date, it's an opportunity to have fun. When you're having fun, you're not focused on negatives. And when she's not associating you with negative feelings, a good relationship will be there. That's always how it works. Guys are always so focused on being so serious, replacing mom, right? A lot of guys don't even realize it, but they want to replace their mothers. And instead, so many adults are children, acting like children. I need mom, I need mom, I need mom. Dad wasn't strong enough or whatever. So you have to take this opportunity to grow and read and digest information that's going to help you, help grow you. There's lots of people you can listen to. I listen to a lot of Rich Cooper, not a lot, but like enough. Corey Wayne, Atomic Attraction, Chris Camwell, right? And I read a lot of books myself, so I read like everything that those guys put out, plus other books. So make sure you pick up some books. They'll be in the description box down below with the links. You should see them. If they're not there, let me know in the comment, and I'll put the link there for you, okay? If you guys enjoyed this video, hit a like, subscribe, and all that shit, but it will work if you decide to let go and use this information to grow you. Done.